Well, welcome back to another installment of Earth 2 in the Know, where we talk all things Earth 2. We're so glad to have you. Let's dig in. Today we're going to look at how much value you would get if you had the option of upgrading your land right now. And we mean like literally clicking on your land, hitting that upgrade button, boom, it's now a tier 1 or a tier 2, depending on what you're upgrading. This is going to be a super fun video since we can actually look at how much essence you could potentially burn versus how much you would lose in equity if upgrading was in fact live this very second. There has been a select group of players who have been wanting to see the upgrade go live with Essence at this price point, just so we could burn the supply faster. We thought it would be fun just to look at what it would cost with several of our properties. This is Earth 2 in the Know, and let's get into it. Just to clarify, we are not advocating for the release of upgrades in one way or the other. We also have several types of energy discount reward tokens that have not yet even been released, those being the green and the blue energies. There is also a huge backlog on content creators being rewarded yellow energy, and as you know, you can add yellow energy to the red energy to get a bigger discount on upgrading land. That said, as much as we would like to start collecting those tier 1 resources, the ecosim versus the upgrades being viable, well, it seems a little bit premature at 13 cents. Given our stance on this issue, if upgrades were released tonight, it wouldn't even surprise us. I mean, after all, it's Earth 2, and they love to keep us on our toes. So we thought we would start with smaller properties and work our way all the way up to a 750. Originally we were going to do a bunch of different properties, but then I thought to myself this video is going to be like 30 minutes long, they're going to turn it off about 7 minutes in, so we're just going to minimalize the amount of my portfolio you're going to look at and keep a couple of examples in play. Let's upgrade some jewel farms. We're going to start with some tier 1 tiles. We know that they provide jewels at a higher rate than the tier 2, so that'll be our first example. Obviously, we need to look at the high end of the process as well as the low end, just to cover all of our bases. This single 1-tier tile in Brooklyn will act as our high-end control. Right away, we can see that even at 1 tile, the essence at today's prices equates to needing 423.524 essence for that flat exchange rate. Keep in mind that we can only show you the discount you would get with the red energy, as it's the only one currently registering on the site. Even when we try to use the yellow energy option, nothing happens for us. So at this point, with what's available to look at with the red energy discount, the upgrade is still going to cost almost 300 essence and 2,000 red energy for one single tile. Now, of course, this is the high end of the spectrum, so let's take a look at what it would be like to upgrade a single tile in a more affordable country. If we look at the French Southern Territories, it is very much on the low end of the price spectrum, and we expect very different results. Now, we didn't actually own any of this land, but we bought a single tile. You know, for science. So now that we own some of the French Southern Territory, let's compare. Obviously it's night and day, as you can upgrade this for a fraction of an essence. As a matter of fact, when we do add in the red energy, it only uses a fraction of that red energy, but it barely even impacts the price. As you can see, these are very different scenarios, and if all that you're doing is simply upgrading low tile properties in low cost areas, it is very doable. Most people, though, they want to upgrade in popular, valuable areas. So we need to consider an idea of a common middle ground with these examples. When we're looking at the common size for an upgrade, we have to believe it's going to be between 30 and 300 tiles for most average players. Next, we're going to look at what it would cost to get a 250 tile plot from a tier 3 to a tier 2. We have a tier 3 we will eventually be looking to upgrade to a tier 1, but let's take a look at the first step. This is Managua, Nicaragua. This is a semi-affordable area, and even with that, at today's prices, you would need to burn almost 700 essence just to get it to a tier 2. However, if you use over 6200 red energy, you can get down to around 280 essence. So obviously these upgrades are very costly at this point. Just out of curiosity, let's take a look at how much it would cost to get an average 750 plot upgraded from a tier 3 to a tier 2. We do actually have a 750 tier 3 in Cape Town that we plan on upgrading for the copious amounts of gold. At today's essence price, it would cost 4,637 essence to upgrade this to only a tier 2. 750 plot, but still only a tier 2. That much essence, right now it only equates to around $500 USD. If upgrades were active right now, it would take you almost 42,000 units of red energy just to get it down to 1,855 in essence. At this point, we're not even going to show what it would cost in red energy and essence to upgrade that to a tier 1, because quite frankly, the math is very depressing. As we can clearly see by these results, the low price of essence would consume massive amounts of red energy for discounts. I'm sure that would both be applicable as well to the yellow energy, green energy, and blue energy. Also, how many users actually have 42,000 in red energy? Wait, how many average users have 42,000 in red energy to upgrade one property? I had to say average because I know there's going to be somebody watching this video going, well, I have 42 million units of red energy. We're not talking to you. We're talking to that common guy over there. Now, we understand that there are many different variables when it comes to an individual's needs, and we did only cover a few. But like we talked about, how long did we want to make this video? Let's be real honest though, we did the fun ones. We did the one where it was one tile, it was like 3,000 essence, and then we did the one where it was 750 tiles, and we don't even want to do the math on that because my brain hurts. The best thing that we can assess from this fun little experiment is that unless you are made of red energy for the discounts, this may not be the best time to go live with the upgrading. However, we have to be fair and look at it from the other angle, and we realize how much essence would actually be burned if it were live. We wouldn't mind that so much, I guess, as long as it wasn't ours. As always, we want to thank all of our regular viewers for checking out this video, and welcome anyone new to the channel. We do almost daily updates and are officially recognized by Earth 2 content creator. We also do weekly giveaways, sometimes more than once. If you have not done so yet, we would like to invite you to subscribe to the channel, as every sub will push us up in the algorithm. Which in return, it actually helps us fight those who are still smearing the project's name for easy clicks from coming up first when people search Earth 2. Well, what do you guys think? Is it too early in price action to take upgrading live? Or do we just want to watch the essence burn? So you guys think about that and let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, we've reached that point where it is time to say goodbye for now, but not for long. But, just like always, we cannot wait to see you in the Earth 2 metaverse. Be good to each other and be kind to strangers. We'll see you next time.